I keep pleading with everyone to spend the time now on this. Spend the time on this. A little bit of familiarity. You can start like this. It starts like this and it can end like this. And that is, here's a question. Ask yourself. Ask yourself this question. Is the idea of two ideas, is that one idea or two? Is the idea of having two ideas, is that one idea or is it two ideas? The idea of two-ness, the idea of polarity, for instance, light and dark, is that two ideas? An idea of light and an idea of dark, or is it just one idea of light, dark, dark, light? This instantaneous, one instantaneous idea, not light idea first, dark idea second. No time gap between two ideas. Not one idea first, the second, and second idea really quickly, but slightly after, or one slightly before, one slightly after. But the idea, just one idea, instantly of two-ness. What is reality actually? How do ideas work? If we have an idea of like a million years, is that one idea, or is it a million ideas? A million ideas of a year. So, again, is the idea of two-ness, is that one idea or two ideas? And what non-duality is getting at, and it seems absurdly simple, but it's right to the point, actually, is that if we see it as two ideas, we're stuck in delusion, dualistic delusion. But if we see it as one idea, that's where we're seeing our original mind. We're normal, we're natural. This is reality. It's one idea. There's no such thing as an idea, as two ideas, one after the other, compromising a whole, so to speak. There's no such thing as polarity, really, at all. So it gets a little tricky, but in essence, it's all boils down to, is the idea of two-ness, is that one idea or two? If you see the idea of two-ness as two ideas, then that's where the trouble comes from. That's where the mental trouble comes from that. Believing that it's two ideas. Let's say, well, which one came first? Which one's good and which one's bad? Which one's higher and which one's lower? And then you see, at that point you're lost in a dream. There's trouble. Lost in a dream. Looking at it, every day I look at it. There's a tricky sort of thing. You have to be careful. Here's another profound question you can ask yourself. Is the idea of chaos, is it chaotic? Or is it complete? And see. One completeness, instant completeness, perfect. The idea of chaos, is it really chaotic, or is it actually exactly what the idea is meant to be? Whereas if you're in a certain other mood, it sort of all clicks together and you can say, So earlier today I saw so clearly. If we say, well, the idea itself is chaotic, then we've turned it upside down and backwards, haven't we? And then we're lost in delusion. Is the idea of fragmentation, is the idea itself fragmented? Or is it just one seamless idea of fragmentation? So we want a culture that is not a frantic culture. It's the opposite. The people just don't get frantic. So we can play with this quite a bit, which I've been doing today. Do we have that in the United States? I don't want to make it too complicated because we don't want to lose interest because it seems to get too complex. But is the idea of two-ness, is that two ideas or one? That we want to say light and dark. Is the idea of light and darkness, is that two ideas or one? Is it an idea of light and an idea of darkness joined together? Or is it actually just one idea? And unfortunately, one idea. Really, there's
Yeah.
no such thing as two ideas joined together. How about this? Is the idea of two ideas joined together, is that one idea or is that two ideas joined together? The idea of joining two ideas together, is that one idea, one seamless, complete idea, or is it two ideas joined together? And so I did push out on the street. Most drivers would have just got out in the middle. So just asking this question, getting a towboat in a non-bill teaching, non-bill consideration, non-bill inquiry. And because I get this feeling of being pushy, which causes a lack of clarity. The idea of joining two ideas together, is it two ideas, or is it just one idea? Or just get the right turn and get it, move around or something. I'm not going to push my way past that. And to experience that idea of joining two ideas together, is that do we need two different ideas and join them together? Or it would just be one idea of two ideas joined together? See, it's almost mind-boggling, isn't it? But if we keep it simple, it's just feel the simplicity of the principle. Is the idea of two-ness, is that one idea or two? Is the idea of two-ness one idea or two? Is the idea of two-ness one idea or is it two ideas? Is the idea of joining ideas together, is that one idea or is that many ideas? Is the idea of joining fragments together, is that one idea or is that many ideas? So this is very, very crucial to hear yourself ask these questions. And in doing so, you realize that I can't pay attention, I can't take the non-bill class. You start realizing there is a way out. That shooter isn't necessarily going to get you. They'll tell you there's no way out. It's all done. It's an ambition. It's futile to run. You're trapped. And you say, no, I'm not trapped. I can see enough so I can see I'm not trapped. So I think that what is the enemy of liberation is a very pushy attitude. A pushy attitude, pushy to personality, that's really gets in the way, big time. And a gracious attitude of where you know, the opposite of pushy, it is, you know what? It's okay. I'll help you, you help me, let's all stay non-pushy and non-frantic. How are we doing? Well, 28 minutes. Well, I've gone over everyone's attention span already. Most everyone. And the values of a culture that are pushy, the guys in long-term attention span, like to listen to someone is about 20 minutes, 18 to 20 minutes. And the short-term attention span is about 8 seconds. So, thumbs up if you are still here after 28 minutes. I feel it's been pretty compelling. It's very, very important. It is a compelling time. It is a compelling time. It needs to push. And of course it never works, so it's got to have excuses. I've been praying that I can go somewhere. Take refuge somewhere. Slow this down. So I can focus on this non-dual perspective better. Because the way the United States, anyway, to cut to the chase, I was praying for so much days that I've got to get the right way. Dharma Kings, you've got to let me know that you've got my back and it's going to happen. Because I got to prepare for it. I don't want to prepare for something that's not going to happen. So, give me a heads up. And so it's extraordinary. A friend of mine came up and he was going to help me with something. I was in my vehicle and he said, well, I'll be right with you, wait a second. And he put his soft drink on the hood, and he had some paperwork, and he put that down so the paperwork wouldn't blow. I said, I'll be right back, just 1 second. So this soft drink can is like right in front of me. I'm sitting in the driver's seat, looking through the windshield, and the label on that soft drink can that he was drinking, the aluminum can, was precisely the place that I want to go. It had the perfect symbology, and even the name, everything. It was perfectly illustrated. That's without any question. This is the place that I have been asking. I want to go to. My favorite place. I want to go there. And he put a soft drink can down right in front of me, with just happened to have that blade on its turned just right. I couldn't miss it. And just, I saw that, I said, oh, that's extraordinary miracle right there. A reduced intensity zone indeed. A reduced intensity zone. A reduced intensity zone. Which is what we need. We need to back off of the future. Okay, back off of the future. Because the future isn't good at all. What is the future? What is the future? The future is what it really is just excuses. Spirit making excuses for its failure to change what it is. So it doesn't see that it's failed. It says, well, I only failed because of this. If this hadn't happened, or I would have succeeded. If I hadn't had a war, I would have succeeded. It's just excuses. The future is nothing but all the excuses we trot out. Spirit trots out. We're Spirit. To try to excuse ourselves from accepting the fact we can't change what we are. So it's a way to keep generating hope that we can change what we are. Because if the excuses say, well, I would have done it if not for this. Right? That's what excuses are. Right? Excuses are, why didn't you get something done? And you say, well, I have a good excuse. Why didn't you get to school on time? Well, I had an excuse. My dog ran off and, I had to go. And I had, so somebody, had an accident. I had to stop and help them. You come up with all these excuses. Direction for you, a little bit like that. Redirected for me today. So the excuse means not doing what
Let's
you
go.
should have done because
Did you have your phone on you?
Yeah.
You need to switch everything off.
Right, someone stole it. People are great at making excuses. We're all great at that, huh? And you will find that everybody you meet. I wasn't very good at it, actually. I was terrible. So I got in trouble. So scared to get in trouble because I didn't know how to make excuses. It's like, I just would have to tell the truth and say, well, why are you lazy?
Okay, turn everything off, sorry.
Because I was lazy or something. So I get in trouble. The other ones be making excuses. And then people say, I can't do it.
Just take your camera off, Douglas.
Okay, well, I'm going to take it out to the car. I need my hat. And you got all the papers
Yeah.
that you need. Okay. Always very important to drink water when you're doing spiritual work. We're on a spiritual path, darling. Spiritual paths aren't going anywhere. The whole point is to leave you exactly where you are already. Come on. Yeah. I'll put the amp inside here. I hope it's not going to upset my neighbours too much. But it was in the back of the car, so we're driving around with that weight in the back, wasting fuel. As long as we're going to drive these horrible, polluting little boxes around, we ought to try to minimise our fuel consumption. They'll soon be gone. It will all just be publicly owned electric vehicles. There we are. We're downloading with that light code. Into the Daddy Mobile, Vauxhall Astra Life. What's the date today? 29th, isn't it? Darling, it's 29th today, is it? Here she comes, just walking down the street. Isn't she wonderful? You're a wonderful one, darling. She is a wonderful one. Where are we going? Tell us where we're going, then we can switch it off.
Oh God, we got to see Marina.
On a road to nowhere.